guys. I will see if any of you can get on live with me. Otherwise, I'm just going to go through and kind of show you using a sample. I've seen some comments, kind of been following along. Like I told you guys this morning that I had seen on some other pages that people were saying there's not enough product in the samples, or it's not working for them, or it's coming off all over. So I just wanted to show you, whoa, that's upside down, myself using the sample so that you guys could see and kind of have an idea of what to tell your customers. Hey Holly, hey Megan. Because with a product like this, it does require a little bit of trial and error and education for your customers, and we want to make sure that our customers have the correct information about Vial so that they have an accurate expectation when they get their product and they're not disappointed. So we want to make sure that they have all the information and that we know how to use the product so that we can tell them. So when they get their samples, it's really important that they know that they need to use the primer. So I'm going to actually go ahead and use this to show you guys, because I saw some people say on, it wasn't on our team page, but on Team Posh, that there's not enough product in the samples to actually work, but there totally is. So I'm gonna have to turn off the light so you guys can see. That doesn't actually help. It's just not gonna show. But there is just a tiny dab of product in here. But as you guys know who have already used the product, a little bit goes a long way. If you put too much primer, it's not gonna dry. If it doesn't dry, it's not gonna lock in the primer. So I recommend that people use about half of the primer that comes in here. So it puts about, oh, it's really hard for you guys to see, but it just puts a tiny bit on here. And then I can use that straight onto my lips, press it together, do the Cupid's bow, and I can maybe even grab a little tiny bit more if I feel like I need it, and have that sitting on my lips. You want to make sure that your customers know the primer needs to sit on their lips for 1 to 2 minutes. I found that the longer I let the primer sit on my lips, the better my color goes on, because it just kind of creates like this even surface to apply. So I can feel it, and actually it feels like it's drying pretty quickly. And actually it feels a little bit more tacky than it typically does. So once you have that on, that was only probably about 30 seconds. So let your customers know, just to kind of feel it out. There's no magic time. Sometimes it's going to dry faster. Sometimes, I mean, it all depends where you live, what your lips are like, what the temperature is. There's tons of different factors, so it's not going to work the same for everyone. So just know that, or make sure that they know to kind of just feel it out. Does it feel sticky yet? Does it feel dry? Yes, then you can put on your color. So I'm going to do Stop Blushing. And this is really, really important. I think that this is where some people are going wrong. They're feeling like they have to put a lot of color, and you really don't. The color is so concentrated that you really just need to make sure that your lips are covered, press them together, let it dry, and that's it. So I would use probably about, I don't even know if I would use half of the sample. Let's see. I'll start by just taking a little bit off onto the wand, and I'm using the same wand that I used for my primer. And you just want to spread it out. And then that's how much color there is. So when you press your lips together, I really just have to go and line the top of my lips, because the product from the bottom of my lip transferred to the top, and that's plenty. So rub it together, press it together, and then you can go, if you have it, I can't really see that well on my phone, but if I have any around, I can just go clean it up with a Q-tip or a tissue or whatever. It looks kind of funny on me because I have no makeup on, and then I have this bright lip. But that's how simple it is. So when people are saying that there's not enough product, guys, there's a lot of product. And if they're thinking that there's not enough product and then they're saying that it's coming off of their lips, it's probably because they applied all this product, and there's probably enough in here for me to use it like 3 more times. I don't know that it would stay in its correct form if I let it sit like out for that many days, but they can easily close it up and leave it and use it again. So if people are experiencing the, it looks really funny on me right now because I have no makeup on. I can't get over that. If people are experiencing that the product is coming off, they're probably wearing too much. So now I'm gonna let this dry. You don't wanna go right away and eat something. You don't wanna go right away and drink something. If I'm gonna take a cup of coffee, even in the next 10, 15 minutes, I'm definitely gonna have some color transfer onto that cup, but it's not gonna take away from the color that's on my lips because it's so concentrated. So even if people are saying, well, I'm having a little bit of transfer, it's not really a big deal. That's expected. It's not a non-transferring lip stain. So I think that there's probably only one lip stain out there that's completely transfer proof. But if you were to go to like Sephora or any makeup counter and get a long lasting lip stain, it's gonna come off here and there. I think that ours comes off actually a lot less than any other brand I've used. So that's good, but we don't wanna put out the expectation that it is completely transfer proof. If I were to touch it to my skin right now, we'll see what happens. Actually, there's nothing. Because I put such a light coat on that it dries really quickly. I'll try again. Nothing. Nothing. So you might be using a little bit too much product if it's coming off. Actually, I'm pretty surprised that nothing is coming off at all. That's kind of good. So you want to make sure that less is more. And I know that I've said that like 100 times today, but I've been hearing some comments and watching on, not on this page, on Team Posh mostly, and people are like, it's coming off all over the place. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And I am almost positive that the answer is they're using too much product. And actually that's a really good thing because the less product you have to use, the better, the more you're getting for your money, the longer it's gonna last. That's a great selling point to your customers. So you guys are probably asking questions, making comments, and I can't see them. Let me try and see. Yeah, I can't see any comments, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why it does that. Next time I'm gonna have to bring my iPad up here and have it on my lap so that I can talk to you guys while I'm doing it. But so that is just one light coat, and you can see, sorry, you guys are getting all up in my nose, that it is like totally even, totally covered. And what I love, this is like my favorite thing so far, is that my lips do not feel dry. It used to be if I was wearing like a, if I was wearing a lip stain all day, at night when I would take it off, my lips just felt like dry. I would slather goodnight kisses on it because it just felt like all day it had been drying it out. And this, it really doesn't. My sister used it this morning, and she's a teacher, and she sent me a picture, and she said she had eaten breakfast, she was drinking her coffee, she was teaching, and she had a little bit of wear on her waterline, but overall it was still totally fine. And the nice thing about it is if you do get a little bit of wear on your waterline, which is normal with eating and drinking, you can kind of just rub your lips together like that and kind of get the color to set back into that place. So don't be afraid to do that. But really with any products like this, it's a lot of learning and trial and error and figuring out what works for you. So I hope you guys are having a lot of fun with it. Keep sharing it with your customers. It's really just the beginning of it because with a product like this, we are the walking billboards for it. So those of us who were in Vegas got it and got a chance to share with all of you, and now all of you are gonna get it and we're gonna have a chance to share it with everyone. So keep on sharing and trying and posting your pictures. I'd love to see it. And I will go hop on my computer now and answer all of your guys' questions. But I hope everyone has a great day. Don't forget, free shipping on orders over $69, which equals a Vialtin and a bottle of Baradol if you want to use that to push it in your VIP groups. I think that that's a great idea. But otherwise, I hope you all have a great Monday.